Okay, welcome to part 8 of Before Deciding on a Career Choice. And this is part of the Selves Management Series here on the Motorhomes channel. And I am your host, Predada S, the Beyond Above Deep Black Director of the Illuminati. Like, at this point, do I even need to say that anymore? No, because each videos, people don't watch videos from part 1. And so I need to say it. Anyway, I'm just looking at my face because I'm older, and you know, I think a lot of it is stress, not being able to eat the way I need to, and not being able to take care of myself the way I need to. But some of it is just getting older, and I just all these different facial expressions. I look way different than I did when when I was used to seeing myself more. Like, when you have a particular place that you live and you're in every day or whatever, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you're looking in the mirror, combing your hair, you're looking in the mirror, you go out looking in the mirror. When you're in your vehicle and you're not in something that's exactly like a motorhome or whatever, you're not like looking in the mirror all the time, except maybe like to check your teeth or see if something's in your eye. It's like a different thing, unless you got the full length mirror and you're able to stand up. But if you're in a vehicle where you can't stand up, you don't have that. So I just think because of that, like, the years get away from you, and you look in the mirror, you like look at a video, like while you're making a video, you're looking at the screen and you're like, wow, that's how I look. And there's a part of you that's sad, and there's a part of you that's like, okay, well, I'm older. And there's a part of you that's like, well, I'm still here. There's part of you that's like, well, based on what I've been through, I look better than what I should look. For some of us, and you're looking at us, for some of us, you just have no clue. You're like, ooh. And for some of us, we're like, wow, okay, could look a lot worse. But then, you're making these different facial expressions or whatever. It's like all this, my face used to be fatter. Like, if you saw me when I was younger, I think pretty much everybody's. And you get older, that fat leaves, or because of not drinking enough water or whatever, and then got like these lines start appearing, and then they look like they're dirty, but it's not dirt. It's some kind of it's like, for some reason, when it's like that, especially this, because this was a scar I had from when I was little. It was just this big. Then now lately, I can see it start here and end down here. It's just like Darren won't go away. At first, I used to think it was a smudge something up here and it was dirty, but that's not what it is. It's like your skin starts doing this thing where it's dark lines or something, but then when you stretch them out, they're not. It's not as dark or not dark. Anyway, so whatever. Sorry about that. So, I shouldn't say sorry about that, right? Because any of you who are going through it, you're like, yeah, I get you. Anyway, so I said I'll pick up from the other video where the guy's like saying, Bob Wills, I'm always promoting this channel and he doesn't even love me. It's just wrong. Or is it possible they've never noticed a comment of mine? Some people have deleted my comments. I don't remember if that channel if Cheap RV Living is one of them. I always thought, okay, I'm saying I'm in the Illuminati or this or that because something I say and they delete my comment, and that hurts. If I was a regular person, regular old person, I wouldn't care. Maybe I care a little bit, but I'm trying to save the world. I'm trying to get my life together and save the world. I'm trying to do what nobody else, I don't care who you are or what you are, what you're a part of. Not a one of you, not a billion of you, trillion of you, zillion of you. None of you, no amount of you put together is trying to do what I'm doing. As this one person I am. And then when someone deletes a comment of mine or just ignores me, I'm just like, wow, okay. All right. Just like when it said that they killed Christ. It's like, dude, I'm the son of God. Like, what? You're nailing me to like, what is y'all doing? Like, seriously? That type of thing. That's how I feel. And by the way, just want to say it, I don't care what your religious beliefs are. Anybody walking around, oh yeah, he gave of himself and sacrificed himself and didn't hold it against people, it's all crap. It's a lie. Y'all walk around lying. There ain't never been a black man in history, because Christ was black, because his name wasn't Christ, it was Esau, and he was black. You ain't never seen a black man in history say, I'm going to go let people nail me to a cross, and I'm going to forgive them because I'm the son of God. I wish we could curse on YouTube and everybody just be okay with it. I know there's people who do, and you're supposed to put explicit and all that stuff. I'm trying to stay away from the whole cursing thing. I'm a cursor. I'm just trying to stay away from the cursing thing. But I'd love to be able to call, you know what, on that. Oh my God, people just walk around. And then what makes it worse is, I don't know if you guys understand, like when you're a black man and you go through the racism and the stuff that you go through, and when your people have gone through what your people have gone through, and then someone who is not black walks around saying about black people, well, first saying that the people who they're talking about weren't black. That's just, oh, really, seriously? And then if they even want to slightly acknowledge that the person was black, oh, well, this is what they sacrificed themselves and did it. Come on, you're saying, oh man, no. Ooh. I equate that with when people molest children. They should not be allowed to keep breathing. A lot of people shouldn't be allowed to keep breathing. And there was a day and time when they weren't allowed to be kept breathing. And the world was a slightly better place. At least we could say slightly, noticeably better. But those people are the ones in charge now. And they're making it so that they can do whatever they want. So you can't say the things that you really want to say. And they get to keep breathing. And that makes it all the worse. And keep doing it and keep breathing it and teaching it to their kids. Wow, you're teaching kids to molest kids. And the kids are okay with that. They're not stopping to think to themselves, hey, wait a minute, I'm a kid. You first of all, you're doing that to people who are like me, and then you're teaching me it's okay to do it. And some of them aren't getting molested. But they're not sitting there saying to themselves, yo, that could be me. Like, come on, man. And then they're not just like, nobody's equating cross equating how messed up it is with, like I said, with these things. Okay, so anyway, where was I? Wow. We have this thing in the Illuminati. You've seen it in a movie, Minority Report, with Tom Cruise, called the Adjustment Bureau. Well, MIB is one of the adjustment bureaus, but we have adjustment bureaus in the Illuminati. And so, you know, what's his name said it? I forgot the name of the actor. I think he was in Batman when he played Joker. You know what I'm talking about. And he said, it'll come back to me. And he said, this town needs an enema. This planet needs way more than that. Anyway, okay. So let me pull back the reins again. So yeah, I was saying Bob, just like the guy in the Bob Wells video, he's like, hey, listen, I'm out here. I'm dealing with people that I would normally, just if I was in a house and working the jobs and stuff I've had, never been around, never desired to be around. But this is who is out here. And if someone was keeping it real, they would say, you know, some of the realest people, or the realest people I've met, are the ones that are out here living in their cars and vans and these buses and trucks. And they are black folk who have nothing. I'm black, so I'm saying black. And I mean, that's just true in because of what we're going through. I'm not trying to be on this whole like black race. and it's definitely not a you should pity us thing. Has nothing to do with that. It's never about you should pity us. It's about you're doing all this stuff to us and you don't care, and you're promoting it and you're making money off of it, and so on and so on and so on. And it's just, I find it in a manner of speaking refreshing when you see someone who you would think is the type of person to be all of the horrors that have been and are being and continue to be cycled upon us. When you see that type of person just be like, yo, I'm out here, and the realest people I've met and talk with and interact with and are becoming, I don't know if you want to say friends, but at least cool with, because you can't be friends with everybody. You can't even be cool with everybody, but you know what I mean. Is like, okay, we'll say me. Yeah, this guy like me, like somebody stop and talk to me. It's like, yo, this guy is just like so intelligent, and I couldn't understand why he's not in the same position I was in life, or even more, until I talked to him. While I was talking to him, I couldn't understand it until we started getting into the fine aspects of the conversation. And now I just completely understand, and it's making me see myself as a wealthy Caucasian man, or whatever, in a whole different light, like from a different angle, like from an angle that I either didn't want to ever see, or that I was kind of, just didn't know was there, or whatever. And so, that's what we're trying to get done. We're trying to get rid of all of the different things in life that make life all messed up. And dealing with homelessness, dealing with poverty, dealing with racism, dealing with sexism is a whole another video series or whatever. Classism, I don't know, whatever those things are, dealing with all of those things is paramount. And it's why all of this exists, why we brought it into being, and it's what always was. Like I said it and I'm like, right now I'm right there at career choice, but so far from it when I say the next words. Like, we're all aliens, like I've said before in other videos, and we move around in what other people call UFOs. And so, when you're in a car or bus or whatever, and you go to the Grand Canyon and you go past some lizard, it's like, oh my God, alien. If it's never seen a car or bus before, it doesn't know what it is, and then you step out of it, like we're aliens. And so that's what we are. You don't do that with a house. What happens with a house is, and I hate to be eating up so much time so far in it to say this, but this is important to note, especially when I talk about, I have a problem with people buying buses and stuff, making them in Airbnbs or anything similar to that, or flipping them. But I don't have a problem with them. Well, I have a problem with them buying tiny. I have a problem with the whole buying a tiny home thing. It's because our belief, or forget belief, our knowledge, our knowing is that no one should be in a house. Everyone should be in a UFO. And not digging up the ground. It should be floating above as they do, to not mess up wherever they go. Because this isn't the first place humanity has been, and it's not going to be the last. This earth. And to run around destroying the land and killing animals and species you never heard of, and destroying the world so that it can't do the things it naturally is supposed to do, that just can't keep happening. And so, but in the immediate future of building a tiny home to have someone come stay in, whether it's free or charging them, versus building a bus, is a better thing. Because it leaves the buses open for people to be able to get them and move around in them. So now you get the somebody gets a bus, and it's natural. That's what it's supposed to be. I'm trying to say how this, because this is like a circle right now. I'm on this degree over here, 180th degree, and here's 0 right here, right? And so here's career choice, And here's me in the topic over here on, a wealthy person having gotten a bus and they're out here and driving around. That, you could say, I don't know, that being a straight line, you could say you're right there, you're already on it. But all the other different degrees, well, they're bent lines. I don't know. I think maybe different than you do, but some of you might be able to kind of get what I'm saying. And so I'm saying like that's what it's supposed to be. Like when if you see here we go. If you see a UFO, right? The first thing you need to know, I am not getting any air circulation. Oh my God, it's getting hot. Because I gotta have this blocking this so you can't see back there, and I don't have this. I need to have it so it's like a set or be able to be outside and stuff. I don't have that ability yet. But so somebody gets if you see a UFO, right? If you know anything about aliens, anything real about aliens, then what you know is they are a number of species way past money. But if you could think of them in terms of having money, they each alien owns worlds. It's like that level of money without the money existing. So when they arrive in a UFO, you're looking at like the richest person on the earth at that moment in that UFO, even though it's not a person. But they're not, it's not a house, it's not sitting stuck to something. You don't see another planet pulling up next to yours and, somebody trying to space jump, look at that. Space jump across to interact with you. It's a vehicle traveling without wheels and all that stuff, and it's just going here like that. It's like, yo, that's money right there. And they're working. That's what they do. They're working. They're going from this planet to this one for a purpose. They're working. So isn't it the same? Yeah, it is the same. For someone who's in a motorhome, they're moving around. You see them. They're parked over there down the street. It's not, he's living in his car. And people who think like that, they're screwed. They're rearing, and or they're thinking as a result of their rearing or whatever is all messed up. To be sitting in a house somewhere or a building somewhere and it's not a mothership, that's what's messed up. Because you have to rip the ground out. For every square foot that you dig up to build something, to construct something, think about microscopically and macroscopically how many creatures you have to murder. It's not kill, it's not displace. You straight up murdering. That's like somebody taking a giant bulldozer and bulldozing your whole neighborhood with one chop. People are home in their house, they're sleeping, they're eating, they're watching TV, and there's some boom, crack, bosh, boom, explosion, whatever, and dead. That's murder. That's what you're doing every time you take a shovel and dig it into the ground. So it's like you dig a shovel into the ground, you better have a damn good reason for doing it. Else it's murder. You're murdering plants, you're murdering species, you're murdering spiritual entities that exist in that plane of existence, whatever it might be. Really? 19 in already? I'm already really through that one. So this is already really 8. Wow, that went quick. See what I mean? Okay, so career choice. I'm trying to be right there on that. It's like a 180-degree mark, and it's funny because this is number 8, so I'm gonna try to make it 13, but not force it. It's more than past weights. That's like whatever 180 plus 90 degrees is. 180, 35 seconds. You have 35 seconds to figure this out. 180 plus 90, 270. So it's 0, 90, 180, 270, and then 360, if that's right. Anyway, so we're going to pick up right back there in I think this is number 9.